Hey guys, I have a battle here with Garret Iron Shield, and I'm gonna be using my stalling team, my new stalling team, and he's gonna be using, I think, 6 random guys, but yeah, it's a pretty one-sided match when it comes to, like, it's a pretty long match too. After it comes to about the 20th turn, it gets pretty one-sided, but anyway, so we're gonna get started. I'm gonna lead off with my Espeon, expecting him to lead off with his Dusclops. And, oh shit, and I'm like, cool, I was right. So, I know he's going to switch, because I know he knows that I have Magic Bounce, and I know he's not going to go for Will-O-Wisp. So I'm going to immediately set up a light screen, because I know a lot of his Pokemon probably have special moves, or either way, it doesn't matter. I set up my light screen, and that's awesome, because I got a free light screen. So I'm going to get up the free Reflect, too, because I'm going to be faster than his Bisharp. But nope, he has Brick Break, and that's going to break my shields. So that was pretty much 2 turns of wasted time. And that's going to do nothing because Espeon's a champ and resists fighting moves. So I switch out my Espeon, and I go into my Shuckle, knowing that this thing's probably going to substitute or Swords Dance on my Switch. And it would have been better for him if he went for the Swords Dance, in hindsight, but he didn't, so that's all that matters. I know he's going to go for the Swords Dance now, and I have Encore, and so, yeah. I go for the Encore right now, so he's going to be forced to switch, and now I know he's going to switch, and I was debating to go for the Toxic right here, knowing that he was going to switch, but I decided against it, because I was just too scared of what he was going to bring in. So, I switch out my Shuckle, and I go into my Mienshao, and I'm like, cool, this is an awesome switch for me. Because if he didn't switch, Mienshao would have taken out his Bisharp, but if he did switch, Mienshao's still a great scout for anything he's going to do. I'm really happy he didn't burn me here, because that would have completely changed the match. It would have been much more even. Even though I think all the Pokemon I'm using are actually UU and NU, except maybe with the exception of Mienshao, I'm not sure. But anyway, so I'm going to switch out. I thought I was faster than it, so that's why I went for the bulk up there. No, I'm not a retard, so anyway. Oh, I'm a little behind. So, and I was like, there's no way that thing's faster than me. It's got to be Choice Scarf. So that's why I went into my Chansey, thinking that he's stuck into Scald. And then I'm like, and my Chansey carries Thunder Wave, so I Thunder Wave Crawdon, and it's pretty much rendered useless now. So he's gonna be forced to switch, and I'm gonna do Stealth Rocks on the Switch because, you know, there's nothing else to do. So I'm gonna go for the Stealth Rocks, and that's good, I guess. It doesn't really matter in the long run. But, I switch out my Chansey knowing that I can't take a Head Smash from this thing. Because I know from prior experience this thing is Choice Banded and Iron Headed or whatever the ability is. And just rapes face. So I'm like, I go into Executor thinking I resist it because I'm a retard. So yeah, but I survive with 12 HP. Which is still, whatever, it's like. And I have Harvest with the Citrus Berries, so lucky for me, I get my Harvest the same exact turn. So I get 2 Citrus Berries in 1 turn, but it still doesn't matter because I'm going to go down. So I was really hoping that he'd miss, but he doesn't. And he quickly takes a 6-5 lead over me. I'm like, oh damn. So then I was like, okay, well my only shot right now already is going into Espeon and reflecting and hopefully surviving it. Then I was like, wait, I'm an Espeon. Even with Reflect, a Head Smash is going to do massive damage. I might survive with like 2 HP. But that doesn't happen, and he's going to just Head Smash me right through my screen and take me out. So, he quickly takes a 6-4 lead. And now I'm like, holy crap, this is scary. I might lose right here, right now. But I have Mienshao. And Mienshao's going to take down his Aggron. And because that is quad effective. And even so, he was stuck into Head Smash. I probably would have survived it, the Head Smash with the Reflect up. So I wasn't all too worried about his Head Smash here. So that's good. His Aggron's down, and that's the first kill for Mienshao. yeah, so he goes into Dusclops. Knowing that he's gonna Will-O-Wisp, I switch out something that wants to take a Will-O-Wisp. Unfortunately, I don't have my Magic Bouncing Espeon. Oh, just kidding, I don't switch out. I go into my substitute, knowing that he's gonna Will-O-Wisp anyway. Either way, I avoided it, so it doesn't matter. But, I'm gonna go for Rock Slide, knowing this thing's Evil-Lighted. I wanted to just see how much it did, and it does nothing. So he goes for Nightshade to break my sub, and does break my sub, obviously. So I'm going to switch out here and go into my Shuckle to take the burn, because I know he's going to do it. And that's going to be nice, I guess, because now my Mienshao doesn't have to get an unnecessary burn. So Shuckle is sitting there with a burn, so I'm going to knock off his Evilite. That's my plan this whole time. I have to knock off his Evilite to do anything. Knowing that the Nightshade's coming, I'm like, okay, cool, I can survive. I knock off his Evilite, but then I'm like, oh, wait, I can't survive another Nightshade after this, because after the burn, I'm going to have 99 HP. So that sucks, and I know he knows that he can take me out with one Nightshade. So I switch out, and I go into my predicted Nightshade with the Chansey. And I do believe I predict correctly. Yeah, I do. It's kind of... But that was probably the biggest facepalm mistake I've ever made so far. Because I soft-boiled, forgetting this thing has Pain Split. And, wow, that really sucks, because he gets all of his health back, and I go down all the way to, like, 400 HP. And that sucks, because it's Chansey. He needs his health. Well, she needs his health. Reflect wears off. I go for the Thunder Wave, you know, for the Parahax later. Yeah. So, he goes for another Pain Split, and because I have such massive amounts of health, it still makes me go down. And Chansey's just useless against this guy, because he does have counter. My Chansey's pretty unique, and I'll talk about that later. But, so, I go into my Milotic, predicting the Nightshade, but he goes for Ice Beam. Luckily, he doesn't get a freeze. That would have sucked. But, yeah. I'm gonna Scald him. Without the Evilite, this is about a 6-hit KO. 5, maybe? Probably 6, judging about that amount of damage. So he goes for the Will-O-Wisp, which actually helps me in a way, because Marvel Scalability makes me, my defense go up 1.5 if I'm affected by a major status condition, which is why I have a sleep-talking Milotic. So he's going to go for the predicted Nightshade, you know, that was pretty obvious. Can't really do anything else. So I'm going to get my burn damage right after this, and this is going to be a long-ass video. So, I'm going to go for the Scald again, because really there's nothing he can do, there's nothing I can do. It's just kind of a stally war. So he goes for Pain Split, and I knew he was going to do that, I knew that. But from that second, I was like, alright, I know I can take a Pain Split, take it rather well, and then I know I could take a Nightshade, obviously, and live with actually 29 HP. I thought it was going to be 75, but I forgot about the burn. So I go for Scald again, knowing that I could take a Nightshade, and with the Leftovers recovery, barely survive the burn. So that's my plan right now, and that is exactly what happens. I barely survived the burn with 6 HP, and that's awesome. Because now that I know I'm faster than it, and I know it doesn't have Shadow Sneak, I'm going to rest up, and he's just going to go for the Nightshade, thinking that he could finish me off. But he couldn't because, you know, I rested and stuff. So I get all that health back. And Dusclops is sitting there like, oh shit, you know. But it's nice for me, you know. So he's gonna go for the Pain Split, and I know that. So I go into my Shuckle, hoping that Dusclops would have more health than Shuckle, but it doesn't. And I still go down. Only by 2, but that's still kind of shocking. I'm going to Encore him into Pain Split. And that's good, because now he was going to go for the Nightshade, and I knew he was. But now he can't, because he's Encored, and he's just going to give me health back. He's going to start eventually he's gonna start giving me more health back than he's recovering because of my burn. So the burn actually helped me, but now that I know he's gonna withdraw, I'm just gonna go for the rest on his withdrawal, and I'm gonna get all my health back. But the thing is, I don't have like a berry or anything that'll wake me up. So I'm kind of just sitting here sleeping. I don't have sleep talk or anything. So I switch out on my his Crawdon, because I don't want to take a scald. That'll do massive damage to my Shuckle, even with max special defense. So I go into my Milotic on the predicted scald, and he gets a crit here, and I was actually happy to see the crit, because I was like, wow, that's all the crit did. So yeah, I was pretty happy to see that. And he wasn't. He was pretty upset. But I'm going to double switch, because I know he's going to switch out into... I predict him to switch out into his Bisharp, because, like, why would he not? I thought I saw all of his Pokemon. At this point, it's still 5 Pokemon to 4. But my Mienshao is coming in, and he's all like, hey, I'm going to bulk up on this guy. But just kidding, because this guy is actually going to end up being faster than my Mienshao, and I'm like, what? No way. And I was like, this thing has to be Choice Scarf. There's no way that that would be faster than me. That's why I did bulk up here. It's not because I'm a retard. But even with a bulk up, I know I can't survive another wild charge. I'm like, shit. So I go into my Shuckle, and he predicts that, he told me, going for Earthquake, but he doesn't realize that Shuckle's a bug, and that's just neutral damage to me. So, it's fine with me. Like, Earthquake's gonna do shit to me. So, now I know he's not Choice Scarf. But if I'm an idiot. Like, once he came out, he immediately used his leftovers. But I still thought he was Choice Scarfed. Because, I don't know, I'm just an idiot. But, anyway, so he goes for the Ice Punch. And that's gonna be neutral damage. So, not gonna do anything to me. And he's just gonna go for Hidden Power. I'm just burning sleeping turns right now, because he can't do anything to me, and really my options are unlimited. So he's gonna go for the Hidden Power and just try to get any sort of damage on me, crit, anything. Shuckle will take that, and no problem. And he finally switches out after using all 4 attacks on me, and that was really good that he stayed in with me, because he made me burn a lot of sleeping turns. So he goes into Dusclops. Gonna go for that Nightshade. Or no, he's actually gonna go for the Pain Split. That's right, and I predicted that. But there was nothing else I wanted to do, because like he was surprisingly, Shuckle had the lowest amount of health on my team. So I was like, I'm gonna Encore him into Pain Split right now, but I forgot that he's paralyzed, and so that was just a waste of turn. I could have went for Knockoff again, get some sort of damage on him. But anyway, he's gonna, now I'm gonna Encore him, and he predicts that, but he like stays in. I don't know why. But anyway, so he's gonna get a little bit more health back, but again, I'm gonna start regaining health more than he's recovering. So that's good. Now I'm gonna switch out my Shuckle. This was a very risky move, but I switch out my Shuckle, predicting his Bisharp to come in, and I do predict correctly. But it was a very risky move, because Dusclops could have easily went for Will-O-Wisp, and that could have ruined me. Could have absolutely destroyed me. So I predict him for me to go for the bulk up, but since I predicted him to predict that, I actually just go straight for the Drain Punch. And I just take him out just to get all my health back, and it's looking good for me right now. So that's the second one Mienshao took out. So Mienshao he's looking pretty good right now. So we're going on 15 minutes. Shit. Alright, so Dusclops comes in. I'm like, I know this thing's gonna burn me, but I know I'm faster. So I'm gonna go for that Substitute. And your burn's gonna do nothing to me. And this time it actually mattered, because it would have hit. But I'm behind a sub. So now I'm going to bulk up, knowing that he's going to Nightshade. But there's no point in, you know, like, doing anything else besides bulking up. Like, attacks would do nothing to Dusclops. So he Nightshades me, and I knew he was going to do that. I knew he was going to break my sub, but I don't want HP. I want as little HP as I could have right now, because I do not want him to pain split me. That's actually why I kept going for substitute as opposed to attacks after. So I knew he was going to try to pain split me, and that's awesome because I'm behind a sub. A +1 Rock Slide still isn't enough to take out this Dusclops at like 1/4 HP. But he flinches, which actually matters a lot, because he could have broken my sub right there. And yeah, so he doesn't, and I hit my Rock Slide, luckily, because I've been known to miss everything. So that's great. His Dusclops is out of the way. That's the third Pokemon Mienshao took out. So now I'm like, alright, well, I'm going to let him take out my sub right now, and I'm just going to go for the bulk up. But luckily for me, Chansey comes back into play all the way back from the beginning of the game, and his paralysis will come into effect here, and he won't be able to move. So I'm going to go for another bulk up, and I'm sitting here all happy and stuff, but he goes for the Crunch, which is a really weird move. He either didn't know Mienshao was a fighting type, or didn't know that Dark was not very effective on fighting. But now he knows, because it doesn't break my sub, and he's a little upset. So now I'm a +3 Mienshao, and I'm just going to go for that big Drain Punch on that Crawdon, but he switches, and I expected him to survive this, because he goes into Electivire. I'm like, there's no way, because I have no attacking EVs into this, but, you don't fuck with the +3 Mienshao, you don't do it. Like, he just sits there and he taunts you with that substitute. +3, alright? So that's the fourth one he took out. I'm gonna go for another Drain Punch here. This is gonna be an easy KO. He's already at, like, about half health. So that's an easy KO for me. That's the fifth Pokemon he took out. And I'm sitting here dandy with all my health and my sash, just in case. Because my sash is now back. And that goes into something I haven't seen yet all game. But it doesn't matter, because you know what? I'm a fucking +3 Mienshao, and you don't fuck with the +3 Mienshao. And I'm gonna punch it right in the stomach. And that's gonna be game. Kingdra's gonna go down, and Mienshao's, he's just sitting there. Yeah, so that was a really great game, and basically the moral of this fight is just don't screw around with a Mienshao with bulk up, substitute, Drain Punch, and Rock Slide. Just don't do it. It's a bad idea. You'll lose. So, oh yeah, but before the video comes to an end, I said that I was going to talk about my Chansey real quick. My Chansey is actually 252 defense, 252 HP, and it has the Evilite Stone, and with Espeon it's just a monstrous combo, because he'll set up a Reflect. I'll send in Chansey, it'll still do, any like physical attack will still do about 100 damage, and then my Chansey has counter, which is great, because, you know, attack doesn't even matter on the move counter, so that's why it's so unique, and I love it, because it does get a lot of kills. I didn't really get to show it off this match, but still a beast. But yeah, so that was a really great game. See you guys later.